Welcome back, my dear viewers. Today's a live podcast by Paul Mwangi Kebicho once again. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me once again to disturb you in terms of the information that I'm going to provide to all of you. Viewing me on all my social media handles. Pay attention. Please pay attention. And as usual, before I start my live shows, I always request to those people who have nothing to talk about or maybe to share that can add value to the listeners, kindly humbly we request that you give us space so that you can be left with serious people only. I have no problem to anybody listening to us, but we respect those people who respect others as well. And meanwhile, Madam Mary can confirm to us that I'm live now and I'm audible in my YouTube channel. So I start with a very funny question. If you are not employed by anyone, if you are not employed by the government, by what we call any corporate body, or if you are employed in corporate bodies, there are those that have got no pension scheme. So everybody who works in the government sector has a pension scheme. Anyone who works in a private company, some companies do go ahead and they take what you call a pension scheme for their employees. The question is, if you are not employed by anybody, you are actually your own employer, do you have a retirement package? Do you have a scheme that will help you in your old age? And I want to be very brief. This one will be very, very brief, Madam Susan, Madam Moses Irongo, Madam Joroge Nguru, Anonymous, Liwelin and Linel, Sare Evarivalo. This will be a very brief discussion because I want to ask you a very simple question. You've been working for some time. You know, people don't, one day, thank you very much. Once again, my wonderful viewers in my TikTok page, I appreciate your likes. You really make me happy because within less than 1 minute, you have given me 17 likes. I really appreciate. So we are going to talk about, and of course, those people, thank you very much, Madam Mary. The sound is audible, and I'm glad that finally the gadget has worked. Now, it will take us not more than 10 minutes because I want to ask you this simple question. First of all, get what we call the preamble. Everybody who works in government sector or parastatal has a pension scheme. And the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, was magnanimous enough because he decided to increase what we call the pension fund. Of course, for me, that one made sense. Surely, how can you be saving 200 shillings per month and you still say that you're saving money for your pension? Unless you live in the Homo habilis, if not Homo sapiens or Homo erectus. You must be in tandem with the changing trends in the world. The inflation rate is affecting us. The cost of living is going up. So saving 200 shillings is not good enough per month for somebody who thinks far and wide. So the question is this: do you have a pension scheme? If you don't have a pension scheme, those people that you schooled with and they got jobs with the government, they don't have a pension scheme. Remember, you'll be facing the same challenges with them, but theirs will be lesser because they'll have some money coming their way every month. So in your case, if you don't think beyond, you'll have it laugh when you retire without a plan. So for those people who have been listening to me, they have not joined Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures, they have no pension scheme. Britam has offered you what we call Britam's money back extra cash plan, which is a hybrid product that combines life insurance protection with what we call guaranteed cash payouts at regular intervals. You only require to talk to me or be able to help you take a scheme which will act as a pension scheme so that when you stop working, you can have some money to call your own pension. So for those people who are desirous of knowing how that program can serve you and get some money upon retirement, don't hesitate to contact me on 0722 633 021. I repeat again. Earlier on, I was talking about education for our children. Now I'm talking about, we even have what we call a special pension scheme, individual pension scheme, where you start saving money for your old age purely based on your capacity and ability. And over and above all, for all those people who have no patience, we can give you a scheme that will be handing you what we call payouts, which we refer to as early payouts, either after every 4 years or 5 years. But the danger is that you may be tempted to eat that money before your retirement comes. So unless you have got what we call good financial and hygiene discipline, good financial hygiene, financial discipline and financial hygiene, We can give you a scheme so that when you retire, you have enough money to rely on. And you know what? God willing, because we'll still be there. That's our prayer, that you'll be alive. Teresa Jarlett, what you do is that when Britain pays you the lump sum amount of money, you can further subject that money to what we call DPA, diversified portfolio account. Assuming that you got the 5 million Kenya shillings, if you bring to us that time, we'll be giving maybe a return of 40%, assuming holding all things constant. You'll be making 2 million shillings every year. If you divide it by 12, we'll be giving you 166,000 shillings every month without failure until Jesus comes. So unless you refuse to listen, because most of us people refuse to listen. Na wahenga wanasema kuna wengine hawasikii la mwathini wala mteka maji msikitini, na sikio la kufa alisikii dawa. Tuna macho lakini mwenye macho habibi tasama. Kunao ambao wako na macho lakini hawaoni. Kunao ambao wako na masikio lakini bado hawasikii. Lakini kumbuka, unaweza torokea ujumbe huu, lakini Mungu akikupatia miaka ya kuishi, hautatolokea kustaafu. Upende usipende, uende ufanywe upasuaji diposa uonekane kijana barubaru, ama ugali bado ukae mtu yang, usee lazima uingie. Na usee ni kama moshi, ujana ni kama moshi. Kwa hivyo kama unataka kujipanga jinsi ilivyo kwa mambo ya kustaafu, ukiwa mstaarabu, nimekuja mbele yako wakati huu nikitumia vyombo vya mawasiliano kupitia mitandao ya jamii, kuja nipigie simu nikuelezee kinagaubaga jinsi inavyohitajika wewe kufanya ili maisha yako ya baadaye iwe ya kufana. Uamuzi ni wako. Kuna wengine kazi yao ni kutusikiliza tu, kututazama, kujua tumefanya mavazi gani, tumefanya saa gani kwa mikono, pete yetu ni ya pesa ngapi, kama kibisho amenyolewa nywele, mambo ambayo hayana msingi wowote. Ningewasihi wale ambao wananisikiza, na ni wengi kusema kweli, na waona mpaka mtandao wa jamii upande huu mwingine, na nashukuru kwa vile mnaendelea kunipatia upande ule mwingine, lakini please I request you Nyabu, please make sure that you plan for your retirement. Retirement is coming, so I'm going to repeat my number again. Kindly don't hesitate to text me. Just text me on 0722 633 021. I'll be able to come up with a very wonderful plan for your retirement. And before I sign off, medical scheme. It's also important. Britam has a very unique medical scheme. This medical scheme starts with as little as 300,000 shillings for inpatient, 500,000 shillings for inpatient, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, depending on your capacity. And I can be able to help you. So even if you don't have SHA, you may have SHA, and as well you can have what you call a private arrangement for your own medical scheme. Tafadhali, make sure that you talk to us. We'll be able to help you. Talk to me. I'm an expert in this field. I've been in this market for 32 years. I've seen what happens to those people who are ignorant, people who don't pay attention to the most important things in their lives. I'm requesting you kindly, talk to me, text me on 0722 633 021. Earlier on, I talked about planning for your children's education. I've talked about planning for your retirement, as well as having a medical scheme. These are the three pertinent things in your life: planning for your children's education, planning for your retirement, and having a medical scheme. These are the three key things that you need to address with what we call with supersonic speed. Otherwise, you'll have yourself to blame. Kindly put questions. You can text me on 0722 633 021, and I'll be more than willing to respond to your texts or maybe even calls. With those few remarks, I was talking about planning for your education, for your children's education. Hello, my role model. Thank you very much. I can see quite a number of people have joined us. Thank you very much. Please, Richard Kalemi, talk to me on 0722 633 021 for more information. Na kwa hayo mengi na machache, I think today I bring the podcasts to an end. Thank you very much for 717 likes. And I can see I've got 120 people watching me. Those are very, very many people. I thank you, Mercy Blessed. Please don't just be listeners, because I can tell you for sure, I've been doing a survey. Allow me to be very honest with you, because my area of concentration is actually doing research, understanding how people behave, people's behavior. We normally have so many people who listen to our podcasts, but very few people take a step. Please, listening is one thing and taking an action is another thing. So I request all of you to come over, talk to us, talk to me. I'll be more than willing to assist you. May God bless you. Always a pleasure talking. Thank you very much. Waitito from Kereine. Kindly text me on 0722 633 021. You can even drop me an email paulkebisho@gmail.com, lowercase, and we shall discuss more. May God bless you. The show comes to an end. Thank you so much.